Let's make some history. I want to turn it into the ultimate girl race car.
These wings are gorgeous.
We love wings, both chicken and automotive.
Hot Wheels Ultimate Challenge, Tuesday on.
Live on NBC 12, this is News Watch 12 at 10.
Good evening. Police say a Wisconsin man died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound Thursday while he was in the back of a police car. Now the man's family is pressing for answers to many questions, including why police did not find the gun during their initial search. Ellie Nakatomo-White reports.
It was this busy scene on Sheridan Road Thursday afternoon that led Kyla Bergstrom of Kenosha to pull out her phone and hit record. It wasn't until several hours later she learned her iPhone video would strike close to home.
What kills me is I filmed it, thinking it was just another thing in downtown Kenosha to be nosy about, never knowing that it was my own family.
Bergstrom says the man is her Uncle Jake.
He would have gone to bat for anybody.
According to Pleasant Prairie Police, a man who the family identifies as Jacob Albright was being taken to the Kenosha County Jail on weapons-related offenses when police say they heard a gunshot from the back seat of the squad car. The family says, and court records confirm, that Albright was out on bond after a physical altercation with his dad. Bergstrom says Albright had also recently been having suicidal thoughts.
Mental illness is invisible, and there's a major crisis in this country, and he's just another one who fell through the cracks. They just kept throwing him back in jail for all of the stuff he would keep doing, and never once did anybody literally help him.
The victim died at the scene, and it's the moments leading up to his death.
He was arrested for a weapons offense, and he was allowed to be put in the squad car in your custody with a weapon.
That the family says don't make sense to them.
How do you get a 6'3" man in your back seat who's able to slip his handcuffs and pull out a concealed firearm and shoot himself in the head with not one but two police officers in the front seat? And I don't want him to be known as like this bad criminal who is like doing this and doing that, because he was so much more than anybody even knows.
We have reached out to the Racine County Sheriff's Office, who is handling the investigation. They tell me, quote, members of the Criminal Investigations Bureau are in the process of conducting a thorough investigation. They then referred me to Pleasant Prairie's police chief, who said, quote, we will not be doing any interviews beyond the statement that was released last evening.
Meteorologist Devin Biggs will now join us for a first glance at the forecast. Devin, what should we be looking forward to?
Alrighty, Mohammed, thank you very much. And overall, not a bad day. We had a few showers that moved through across the region. A lot of that has since tapered off. We're watching some storms developing across parts of Minnesota, tracking southeast. I think we'll be okay, but we'll keep an eye on that overnight in case that does make it in our backyard. But the visible satellite imagery, this is from earlier today because the sun has now set, so it's hard to see anything on this, of course, at this point. But earlier today, we had wildfire smoke moving in, and that definitely caused our air quality to get bad, for lack of a better term, with code orange and even code red air quality, which means our air is definitely unhealthy. But overnight low temperatures earlier was made into the upper 40s to lower 50s this morning, so not a bad way to start things off. Upper 70s to lower 80s is what we did say, so about average for this time of the year. Overnight tonight falling down to the upper 50s, even a few middle 50s as well, but upper 70s to even some lower 80s on the way as we head towards tomorrow, possibly middle 80s as we head towards Wausau. Overnight planner for tonight's temperatures falling into the middle 50s overnight, especially by 5 a.m. Your full forecast is coming up. Mohammed?
Thanks, Devin. The Rhinelander Country Club is a place that has been serving the community for decades, since 1923 to be exact. Today, they celebrated their 100 years of being in Rhinelander. This wasn't a normal celebration, though. Instead of balloons and cake, they invited the Northwoods Honor Guard to perform a color guard ceremony. The event was also a fundraiser for the Honor Guard as well. Robert Smith, a member of the Northwoods Honor Guard, says the community support is amazing.
It's just amazing how a beautiful community can get together to support veterans and our needs. And it is our needs to supply our uniforms, to help support our vehicles that take us to and from our veterans' funerals, to these ceremonies also.
The golf course has changed a lot over the years. It started with 6 holes, and now it has 9. The club also has over 200 active members. Eileen Hansen is the Rhinelander Country Club secretary, and she says she is excited for the future.
Well, first of all, I hope that when I'm gone, there's someone like me and the board that's in place today running this place and helping this become even a better club than it is today for the next 100 years. My expectation is it'll be here a lot longer than the next 100 years.
The Northwoods Honor Guard ended up receiving nearly $9,000 at today's celebration. Organizers were happy about today's turnout.